Yeah, we should be live. Oh. Well, hello. Welcome to the Sunderland Afc Premier League show with Rob and his dog, myself and MACKEM CABBIE, and Kev's going to be joining us if he can. He's having problems charging his tablet with one of his cables, but he's going to try and make it on when he can. Steve Taylor's already popped in. He says, can't take part tonight, out for anniversary meal. We'll keep trying to tune in when the wife goes
now
to the
that I
loo.
use Monday service,
Great show,
AI
guys.
makes solving tickets my form of meditation.
Well, you should get your priorities right, mate. This comes first. Oh, Colin Major, you all right, mate? Good to see you in,
Colin.
Kingfisher.
Evening, Kingfisher.
Good to see you in.
Andrew.
Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, Matt Bullman.
And Matt.
2 seconds. I'm just going to get my drink of water.
Just saying to Cabbie just before we came on air there that I think yesterday's Man United win against Liverpool might put our 2-0 defeat at Old Trafford into a little bit more perspective.
Great. I just want to say, Maureen Johnson, hello. Welbeck got some stick from a mag. Do they know I'm a MACKEM? He scored 4 goals. 4 goals. I was watching some of the YouTube videos, the Newcastle, like YouTubers doing the watch-alongs and stuff, and they were kicking off big time when Welbeck scored. It was like, UTWAT, I cannot. He's done out all game. Why does he always score against us?
Yeah, he does. He does seem to score all the time against Newcastle. He did it for us. He's done it for every team he's played for.
Oh, dear me. I need to get some proper lighting in my studio. I'm going to get it refurbished a little bit, get it looking a bit better, and get some proper lighting in. Thinking about putting a Sunderland Afc clock on the wall behind us with some nice neon lights and things like that. I mean, I've got the backdrop here, but I would like it to just get it to looking a little bit more professional. I don't know if you can see, but
yeah, I can see it now. Yeah,
I've got it's the wrong way around, but I've got number plates and stuff with the name on.
Yeah.
I'll have to change the setting.
I think it's just the video on YouTube always flips him.
Yeah, you can actually change it so it's not mirrored like that. After actually,
strangely enough, mine's not mirrored. Mine's actually showing me the boot case and the DVD case on my left, which is where it is. So
you can change it, but it's not really emergency, is it? Do you know what I mean? Hello, Malta Singh says hi, guys from India. David Graham. By the way, the new Kiel Crossing Bridge is great to see it up at night. It lights up with different colours. Do you know it just reminded me of Wembley Way when it showed you all the drone footage.
Yeah.
It was just class. It just looks like Wembley Way from it. It just looks really good. Oh,
yeah, it looked superb pre-match with all the fans walking across. It looked absolutely brilliant.
It did. It just looked like I've just realised I've got my I need to change the heading underneath. I've still got the live watch along. So I need to change that. We've just got one Premier League game
even when
tonight.
I was young and fit, I wouldn't have been able to do what. Yeah, West Ham and Brentford.
Sunderland AFC. Just get this changed. Yeah.
Matt Bullman. I remember Gibril Cease. And I could never do, even when I was young and fit, what he could do when he was in his 30s, which were those 360 flips that he managed to do after he scored.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Is it West Ham at home tonight?
It's West Ham's at home to Brentford, yeah.
Right. I'm just setting up the video printer. I should have done it before. Just I've got to put the old asterisk in, you see, just to give it that little. And there we go, just like that. It has been changed. Yeah, I just want to say it was a fantastic show of people on the show on Saturday watch along. It's like 500 and odd people watching, and I thought that was impressive. I enjoyed it though. Did you?
It was a good game. First 20, 25 minutes, it was all us. Then after we scored, we just sat back, let them come on to us, trusting in a strong defence. And then cracking on goal. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the Isidore one, like, but he did just look a little bit offside.
He was about a toenail offside by the look of the replays and things like that. It wasn't much in it.
It's just such a shame because I mean it would have been nice to see him get his fourth goal on the trot, like. But I'd like to see Meander get another one as well. You know, get on the score sheet.
Yeah. Yeah, David Graham, Alan Foggen. I remember Alan Foggen. It was one of the few times I ever stood in the Roker end, and it was a cup game, and I think it was against Man United. And we're talking. I was at school, so we're talking 79-ish, 80-ish, sometime like that. And I'd finished playing we'd had a school game that evening, and one of the teachers gave me a lift up to Sunderland, and I was in the Roker end for that game. And Alan Foggen handled the ball with the last kick of the game and gave a penalty away, which Man United scored and beat us 3-2.
What year was that?
That'll have been 78, 79-ish.
Oh, just a bit. I'll have been crawling around the sitting room floor, me nappies. I thought Cattermole played all three. Talk about Cattermole, he was at the Stadium of Light doing the tombola draw.
Yeah, SKP was in there on Saturday as well.
I know. Weatherman talking about Alan Foggen class, says Kevin Ware. Well,
yeah.
I think we are going to set up a new feature, you know, like on match days. I think.
I've got to do a forecast.
Yeah, he's going to get a whiteboard, I think, with the Michael Fish magnetic type stick on the clouds.
Am I allowed to say there's no effing fog?
Oh,
like Mr. McGaskill did.
The old stickers that used to slide down the board when they moved.
Yep. Yeah.
Hello, Patrick. Good to see you, mate. You all right? He says, was a cracking goal. However, VAR saved our backsides at Wembley. Look, you're going to get all through the season. You're going to get VAR decisions against us, and you're going to get decisions not go against us.
You don't mind if it balances out over the season, and like Patrick says, it did save our backsides at Wembley, so happy.
Oh,
yeah, did Bobby Moncur play for the Smog Monsters? I know he played for Newcastle, and I know he played for Sunderland, but I can't remember if he played for the Smog Monsters.
Don't know. Absolutely not. No idea. Oh, Malta, I forgot to say, mate, you'll have to send us another picture of your logo of the MACKEM shop so I can put it up on the streams. This is a brand new computer, and I've lost the picture. It's a fresh hard drive, so you'll have to send us it again, mate, if you can. Right, on to the match then. We impressed for Sunderland. I know we were all right for the first 30 minutes or so, and then just sort of tear off the second half. But Sunderland still looked comfortable, even though Wolves had a lot of possession second half. But they didn't really pose much of a threat. Roos didn't really do much, did he?
He had one save to make. One save that would have gone in to make, and he did that really well. Yeah, I mean, it was first 20, 25, 30 minutes, we looked by far the better team. Wolves looked like relegation material. Once we scored, we seemed to do the usual Sunderland thing, which is take your foot off the accelerator and sit back, soak up the pressure, which they do quite well. And it gave Wolves the opportunity to push on. But Wolves' problem is they haven't got a finisher. Strand Larsen's just not doing it, as somebody said in one of the columns on the BBC. He wasn't worth 50 million quid to anybody who was prepared to pay that for him in the summer.
You good?
And he's not a 50 million pound striker.
Disappointing result of the day, like.
But then again, Man United, I'm forgetting the guy's name now. Man United just sold him on in the summer. What do you call him, Cabbie?
On the tip of my tongue.
Salford City is Fabio Borini. Swedish-Danish guy. Just can't remember. His name's gone, but he seems to have started scoring over in Italy now. And somebody had said, if you give him the ball, play the ball through, and he'll put it in the net for you, which is exactly what he was doing, and it wasn't what was happening at Man United for him.
Colin Major was matron, says Kevin May. Talk Sport, mind the gap. I'm going to play it, the audio, and this is a Newcastle fan phoning in, basically having a spitting his dummy out how good Sunderland are doing. Have a listen to this.
In the Premier League, you see it before, Newcastle haven't been at the best this season, but it's not that I'm like pretty optimistic still, because we've basically still got a new signing to come in Wissa, which is Premier League experience. I mean, Nick Voltemade, he's been banging them in. I mean, I watched him play against Northern Ireland.
This is so funny, this. Have you heard this,
midweek, and he scored it come off the back of his shoulder, so he just looks like a threat all the time.
He scored a great goal today.
So I can't hear it.
I mean, he can do a lot. I mean, for someone his size, I mean, you don't really expect that from that sort of player, that sort
But he
of
got
goal.
beat again, though, Dill.
Can
Do
you
know
hear
what I
this,
mean?
Rob?
Like, it's not.
Yeah, I can now. Yeah,
but
Disappointing result.
I'm sick and tired of these Sunderland fans, right? Because yes, they've won.
Don't
again
be like
today.
that.
Fly, mate.
No. I tell you why, lads. Right? I tell you why. Because I live in South Shields. It's like a 50-50 kind of area.
Yeah.
It's half and half, and like these MACKEMs, man, they've come up, right, and they think they're gonna they thought they were gonna win the league when they won the first couple of games. Now they've literally, I don't think any other Premier League side in history has had an easier first 8 games.
Oh, Dylan, you're sounding bitter, mate. Dylan.
No, wait, they've played.
Dylan, you're better than that, mate.
The season hasn't even started yet, man. It hasn't even started.
No, mate. 8 games in, Sunderland got 14 points.
Yeah.
They're joint fifth.
Wait till they start playing the big boys. Wait till they come to St James's Park and come play Newcastle.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dill, while you're there, I've got a Sunderland fan, Jordan. All right, Jordan?
All right, Jordan.
Hiya, Jamie, mate, all right?
All right,
Right,
Dylan,
George.
mate. These Newcastle fans, they're digging you out, saying you...
First of all, right, listen, Dylan, mind the gap, sunshine, right? Right. No, but listen, Jamie. We'll see how big the gap is at the end of the season when you're at the bottom of the league. What I'm concerned about, though, is credit where credit's due, Danny Welbeck, his age, still knocking it about, scoring goals in the Premier League, right, Dale? But you're more concerned after 8 games about Sunderland's results than your own results. I mean, you've lost more than us, you know what I mean? You should be a big worry. No, I'm just annoyed with the way you're going about this. No, well, we've been in your shadow the past few seasons, yeah? Listen, we've been in your shadow, fair enough, right? And you say, listen, I expecting us to go down. I was actually ringing to see Jamie and Jason's opinion of how Sunderland started, because people's quick to have a go at a manager and they want him out and that. But Reggie Labrie has went a bit under the radar, right? Listen, Eddie Howe, fantastic manager. But if I'm talking to you and not Jamie and Jason, then it seems like all you are concerned about is Sunderland's results. And listen, beating Wolves 2-0 at home isn't for everyone, mate. He's only scraped a 1-0 win.
We're at the bottom of the league, man.
I mean,
the bottom of the league, the worst team in the league.
Dylan, no, Newcastle 12th, mate.
I'm not here to argue, Dylan. I'm just saying, why do you seem more concerned?
Well, I'll tell you what it is, mate. Right? I'll tell you what. Sorry, what's your name? I forgot. I don't know what your
Jordan,
name is.
his name is
Come
Jordan.
on, don't be like that, Dylan.
Honestly, mate, horrible.
When you come to St James's Park, the record, right, is 9-0 in the Premier League, right?
It was 6 in a row, mate. We just beat us in League One in the FA Cup, right?
Newcastle beat Sunderland 10-0, easy. 10-0, and you come to St James's Park.
What I did want to say...
Bet any money would beat us 10-0.
You enjoy your Chinese and watch much of the difference, and you'll be on last again. Right? Listen.
Enjoy your chat. Oh, I just think that made me chuckle. That was just because Colin brought that up, and that's like,
Yeah.
Look, they do it to themselves, man, don't they? It's like they can't use that missile anymore. The fact like, well, we won't get a point. We'll not have a point on the board by Christmas. That's totally gone out the window. They've got to try and. They've got to try and have another way of looking at it, having the fact like, oh, we're having an easy start to the season. Yeah. There's loads of easy games in the Premier League, like in the honest crikey. Oh, dear.
Let's just think about who we've played that the scum have played. Aston Villa,
Yeah.
both drew. Wolves, we both won.
Mm-hmm.
But we scored more goals. Who else have they played that we've played?
No, they haven't played Man U, have they?
No.
Yeah, that's a good question. That I don't think Newcastle's played that many teams that we've played, is there?
They haven't.
No, I don't think they have. Oh, I don't honestly think they have. Have they played West Ham? Don't think they have they?
No.
Forest, yes. Well done, Malta. They have played Forest. And Aston Villa, yep. But Walter Moore, he does look. Look, somebody mentioned that in the chat. I can't remember. Yeah, it was David Graham. Look, yeah, Walter Moore. He does look. He looks a quality player. It was a quality goal he scored, and it'll be dangerous at the Stadium of Light. I mean, we'll have to be on our ball. Ballard and Cole have to sort of keep him out because he's really dangerous with his head. As Walter Moore, if they call him that, but he's a dangerous
Voldemort.
Striker. Yeah, he's a quality striker. There's no doubt about that. Newcastle go to West Ham in a few weeks' time. Yeah. Go back to the Wolves game now. Colin just reminded me that that clip was hilarious. Any particular who got man of the match or player of the match? I didn't catch it. Any players?
Mookie. I think it was either Mookie Early or Siddiqui.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I tell you who I was impressed with was what you call it, Rig. I thought Rig was really good. I thought
was good.
His backtracking was immense. The way he put a few passes led astray and that, but he's learning and he's getting more game time. And there was a moment where he backtracked and he got a tackle in or a block and he stopped the Wolves attack and he get fist pumped and he high-fived with the keeper. It's like the hunger that these lads are wanting is class. It's like they're really enjoying it out there, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the consensus is it was Mookie Early who got man of the match.
Oh, was it?
Sky gave it to Nordy, but he wanted to give it to someone else. So playing himself down.
There we are, Malta. Sorry, I've got the banner of the MACKEM shop there. You want to go and check it out, people? That's his banner on there. These headphones.
Yeah.
He sent me these headphones free of charge, and they're absolutely bang on. They are. So there we go. That's you can see your thing up on there. But yeah, Riggy played well. I thought Xhaka was his usual self. Did Nordy got it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it. You see, because I logged off. Sky gave it a Nordy, but wanted to give it to someone else.
Interesting comments by Regis on Mugieli on the BBC, and saying that they have to try and get him to keep calm because he just wants to push forward all the time.
It's class, like, isn't it? It's I think Roofs as well. I think he only had a couple of saves to make, if that was it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I thought Wolves finishing. I thought they were shocking. Some of their finishing, like, I mean, it reminded me of what we can be like, you know, at times.
Yeah.
There was, you know, any decent teams, the top 10 or whatever, I think would have buried a few of them chances Wolves did. There was a glorious chance.
Yeah. Well, is that the one where he was through and he put it wide?
Yeah, he just totally like scuffed his shot. Like, I mean, yeah, we all can do it, but you know, I think a better team on the day could have caused us problems. I mean, yeah, there's times where we just still looked a little bit shaky at the back. But like I say, I just had the impression the reason why we didn't have so much possession in the second half, I just thought the Sunderland team just thought, yeah, I'm sort of fairly comfortable here. They didn't sort of feel like they were under much threat with Wolves, and I thought they were comfortable for the majority of that second half of containing them. And you know, we did a couple of times. We had these counter attacks, and we've got pace. I mean, Talby. I mean, watch that goal again. He's the speed on him. Do you know what
quick.
I mean?
It's very quick. And like we've said a few times, Cabby, this team is still gelling. They're not the complete article yet. Interesting comment by Patrick. Good evening, Patrick, by the way. About other teams eyeing up Labrie as a manager. This is something Cabby and myself discussed offline last week. And I can see quite a few teams wanting to come in for him at some point. Just hope he's happy at the Stadium of Light.
Who was this again? Sorry, mate. I was.
Patrick has made a comment of what we discussed last Monday after the show about Labrie possibly being poached by other teams. I thought Rangers might have been in for him, to be honest.
It's just a matter of time before that does happen. I mean, money always talks, but I mean, it just seems we've got all the jigsaw pieces put together. Everything fits great. Do you know what I mean? From top to bottom.
Yeah.
I think Regis is really, really happy. Yeah, do you not?
Yeah, he seems to be.
I mean, it's alright saying that, like, but if he gets offered a couple of more zeros on his wage packet, I mean, it talks, doesn't it? It tempts you.
Yeah.
I mean, it does happen with a lot of clubs. I mean, Brighton, you know, they were high flying with Potter.
Yeah.
Fortunate for them, they're still holding the role in the Premier League, but Potter's not done anything since.
Well, he failed at Chelsea, failed at West Ham, and he's now just been named the new Sweden coach.
Yeah, I know. So,
and Danny Rawle has just been named as the new Rangers coach.
Yeah, that's right. Gary Hoyle can't think of one Wolves player that stood out. No, I mean, I've been listening to a lot of the Wolves fans and stuff, and do they have a right to be a bit concerned at the minute? I mean, it looks like they're gonna. He's another manager casualty. He's going to be for Wolves there, but you can sort of understand why. Well,
they gave him a new contract 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
they signed a new 3-year contract 3 weeks ago. So,
when you look at the league table, you know, Sunderland, the 7th on 14 points. It's mad to think we're actually above Crystal Palace. I mean, the way they started, I mean, you know.
Yeah, well, the way they finished last season and the way they started this season. But guess what? We didn't get beat by them.
No, not at all. Look, we do know there's a long way to go. Look, I mean,
Oh, there is. There's 30 games to play.
let's have a look at the fixtures coming up then for Sunderland.
We've got Chelsea on Saturday, and Newcastle have got the other West London team, Fulham. So
Yeah, we've got Chelsea on the 25th, and then we have Everton at home. That'll be a tasty tie. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff, so I'm presuming that's on a Monday night or something, is it?
possibly, yeah.
Or could it be Saturday? The 3rd, if anybody's got a calendar, the 3rd of November, what day does that fall on? I do not like these Monday night matches, like. I know you're going to get them. The 3rd, if anybody checks that. And then we've got Arsenal at home.
Bournemouth on the 29th of November. We've got Bournemouth at home.
It's Monday night, David, is it?
We've got Arsenal on the 8th of November.
Monday night.
That's a 17:30 kickoff. So that'll be a Saturday evening kickoff. Arsenal game.
I would say when you can always tell when Sunderland's televised games because of the kickoff times have changed. Because I mean Arsenal's 5:30, and then they've got the international break again. The next match is Fulham away. You know, they need walkovers, and forget your Chelseas and Arsenals and stuff. You know, we've got a really difficult game against Bournemouth. There, look, have you seen where they are?
Bournemouth are good. They're a good team.
They're really high flying at the minute.
We've then then we get into December where it gets a little bit tougher.
Yeah, Liverpool away.
Liverpool at Anfield, Man City at the Etihad. We've got some niff-naff team coming to Sunderland on the 14th of December. It's a Sunday, 2 o'clock, that one. Then we've got Brighton, just before Christmas. Leeds on the 27th.
That'll be tasty, that won't it? That'll be a fiery game.
That's at home. And then we've got Man City at home on the 30th.
Yeah, it's mad. I'm going to see if I can bring the league table up. If you want to have a crack on with folk in the chat. The table. Let's have a look at the table. All right, I think I can see if I can screen share this or what. I just bear with us a second. It's like I just keep pinching myself every time I
look at the table. Yeah,
look at the table. Yeah, it's just
hang on, it's it upside down.
Yeah, it's just nuts, man, and it's like, look, I mean, you can't tell me there's a lot of the Sunderland fans. Yes, it's great what they're doing, but we do know. Right, we do know that the fact, we're not counting our chickens too early. You know, when some of the Geordies will say Champions League, but we know we are realistic fans. You know, we know there's a high chance that we're not going to be 7th at the end of the season.
Oh yeah, as long as we're not 18th, that doesn't bother me one little bit.
Yeah.
As long as we're not 18th, 19th, or 20th, it doesn't bother me.
I think Kev's trying to join the house. Let's hold on a second. C.R. Smith just popped up. Hello, Kev. Hello, mate. How are you doing?
Hello, lads.
You all right, mate?
Finally.
How are you doing?
Oh, I've had some technical difficulties, so here I am. And anyway, I'm here.
Have you put 50p in the meter?
I have. I'll be here as long as me battery letters. Put it that way.
Yeah.
What's your percentage?
Hold on, let's have a little look.
Let's just move up the top.
23. You've got 23% of Kev till the end.
Oh, fantastic! I'm just doing a bit of hickory pokery here. I'm just bringing the league table up here. Just how's Kev? How's everybody? All right?
And there used to be a guy who said we would finish 7th.
Right.
So far,
just bear with. I'm just.
And all I'll say is, mind the gap, lad. Mind the gap.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard. Did you hear the TalkSport thing I put up before?
I did. I listened to it the other day. It was brilliant.
It's class, isn't it?
It was a lot like the guy who rang in before, who was crying about with a squeaky voice and all that. And man, they hate that. Wait, they hate their own club. Never mind us at the minute.
Yeah.
So there we go. There's the league table. I've put it up. You can have a good chew on that. I think it's good. I think if you can see it, it should be up now. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are. Oh, there's an advert just come up on my
Are we
end.
going fifth?
I think.
Let's not stay with 7. Are we joined 5th?
Yes. Joint 5th.
Joint 5th. Let's say joint. So we're 5th, not 7.
Yeah. I mean that's. I mean, if somebody says to you right before the Premier League started, when we've been confirmed, we've been promoted from the playoffs, and somebody presented you that league table coming into November, what would you have said?
I wouldn't have believed it.
You wouldn't have believed it.
I would have believed it, as you know. And
Yeah, of course
what I
you
would
would,
have said
Kev.
is, if every single result went the way CABBIE predicted, we'll be bottom of the league.
I know. I just because you says your father will have been bloody playing Elwooders.
He would have. He said we get beat 3-0. Did you say 3-0?
I says if we turn up with a thing like it's gonna be an easy game, we'll get turned out with 3-0. That's what I said.
You did.
And what was the score prediction I said? Was it 2-0, CABBIE?
It was. You
I
said
think
2-0,
it was.
Kev.
You just like your father, Kev. It's like you just.
What?
I
I
went
was
for-
right.
I was
I
right.
went for 2-1, but I didn't get the scorers right.
Oh, even when you rang, you're right. Do you know what I mean? So you're looking at I think Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, they're going to be there in the top 4, aren't they? Without a doubt. I mean, it's mad. What Liverpool, haven't they lost the last 3 or 4 on the bounce or something? Last 3 on the trot.
3, yeah.
The surprise package there is Bournemouth, of course. I mean, they always seem to keep uprooting trees, Bournemouth, don't they? We always keep saying, tiny ground of this and that and the other, but they're more than hold their own, don't they? Bournemouth, crikey.
Yeah.
Bournemouth are a surprise, because if someone said to me, name Bournemouth's team, I couldn't.
No.
No?
Yeah, they would top the league on Saturday for a little bit.
Yeah.
Look, like I believe, which I've said beforehand, I think our model is replicating the likes of Bournemouth and Brighton. And hey, if we can be top of the league after 8 games, we nearly are, to be fair. We nearly are. But if we can be that season after season after season, bring it on, man.
Yeah. Totally agree.
We've got Bournemouth coming up, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll have. We've got
a few little tricky games coming up now before the December massacre, which is, if you were talking to a magpie, they would say the December massacre. However, I think we'll probably look at it for the first time ever in my life. I'm going to say this. I think we might get beat on Saturday away to Chelsea.
I'm
not
so sure.
Negative, man, Kev.
I'm not so sure, Kev.
However,
I saw the highlights of the Chelsea Notts Forest game, and Forest could have been 3 or 4-0 up before Chelsea even got into game.
Yeah.
And Forest are not that good.
Do we have the people that will put all them chances away? When I watch Match of the Day on Saturday, and I watch Chelsea and I watch Arsenal, because they're our next games coming up, our big games.
Yeah.
I think we'll beat Everton. Who's the other one? We've got Chelsea, Everton, Arsenal, Who's the other one?
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. So we'll beat Everton, we'll beat Bournemouth, and I think we'll pick 1 point up in the other two.
We've
So
got
we'll
Brighton.
either draw against Arsenal or Chelsea.
So
Truth be
our
told, I
games.
think
Chelsea,
we'll
Everton,
get beat off Chelsea away, but I think we'll get a point against Arsenal at home.
Fulham away is the other one, Kev.
Fulham, yes, we'll beat them. We'll beat them, no bother. The
You-
only
you've got-
one that will get beat off one of them two teams, Arsenal or Chelsea. And when I watched how the teams played on Saturday on Match of the Day, fair enough, it's just highlights. But when I watched the two teams play, I thought, yeah, we'll draw against Arsenal and we'll probably get beat off Chelsea.
I'm just looking at
But we'll win. We will win. We will win the rest. Not a problem.
I just like looking at the league table. I was like saying to Rob before, and the fact like Palace were flying high, and it's hard to believe that we're actually above them. I thought like they're going to do things, and they've slipped away a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah.
What a striker he is, mind. Palace's striker, Matepi.
Yeah.
What a striker he is. He is the striker that Arsenal should have signed.
He's unreal, isn't he?
He is a proper talent.
Kev, do you think it's looking bad for... I mean, look at the bottom three there, right? Do you think it's looking bad for those three teams? I mean, I can't see West Ham being there for some strange reason. Forest, I don't know. They've got Sean Dyche coming up. I mean, can he turn it round?
I think Wolves are gone. I think Wolves will be the team that... the Wolves will be the Southampton... that they'll be that team of this season where they're gone. They're just gone. West Ham, I think they brought a manager in that is good enough to keep them up.
Yeah.
I think we'll be down there all season, but it'll keep them up. I know Burnley beat Leeds over the weekend, which was a surprise to me. I think Leeds and Burnley are very similar in what's the word? Like a prospect of the season.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I think they might be challenging for the third and fourth bottom. We will be nowhere near that bottom half or that bottom relegation zone. We'll have a tough December. We will obviously, when you look at the fixtures, we will have a tough December. But as soon as we beat one of them top teams, you've got the Mags. I was going to say unfortunately, I keep track of all the Mags' website. However, I just find it funny looking at all the comments. So they're all like, once you've had the easy start and once you play a proper team, you got beat off Man United. Here, no matter what Man United were before, during or after, they're a big team. And they beat the champions over the weekend there. So, other than Man United, let's say, every game you have to turn up and win, no matter who you're playing. It could be Wolves, it could be Liverpool, it could be Arsenal, it could be Bournemouth. You've got to turn up and win, and we've done that. We will be nowhere near that bottom three come the end of the season.
No, I don't think so. Well, mid to top half of the table. I wouldn't say we'd be in the European places, but mid to top half of the table is where I think we'll finish this year.
Yeah, well, I've got quite a bit of money on Sunderland finishing the top half of the season.
Yeah.
I put about 4 or 5 bets on, and they pay me enough to go to Thailand for about 3 weeks. So that's what I'm hoping. Sunderland will get me to Thailand for 3 weeks.
And that's just the pre-season, Kev.
I don't think Sunderland will be playing Thailand in pre-season, put it that way.
It's funny, we had some Indonesians on the chat for Saturday's game, and they were asking if there was any chance of Sunderland going out to Indonesia for pre-season, or Southeast Asia for pre-season.
Possibly. We've took over South America with Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
So possibly that's the next market that can go into. You know, like we said the other week about about the documentary on Netflix. It opens up the world to look what Sunderland fans and players and the team are like.
Yeah.
Look at it, the more revenue we can bring into the club, the more money we can spend on players.
Yep.
And that's all that matters at the minute. You know, you've got them dodgy people up the road with the blood money who've got all the money in the world, and Barbara keeps on getting out the biscuits every week because they've got beat.
the club biscuits.
with chocolate flavoured covering, Gabby, not with chocolate.
That's right. That's the news. That's the news headlines now. You're right.
We've got something special going on at the minute, and if they take that over Indonesia, Thailand, wherever it may be, Africa is probably going to be the next place, which is why I think we've signed a lot of African players. The machine of publicity will drive on, and I do think that the club know where they're going with it. They're going to generate the money, which allows us to spend money on the team. I was talking to some of my Newcastle friends today about the January transfer window, and as expected, they're all like, "Oh, you're losing your first team to the African Cup of Nations," and we're not really. To be fair, they're going on about they've got certain first team players injured. Tonali's got a little tummy bug. Oh, I've got a little tummy bug. So he'll not be playing tomorrow. But then I just sent them like a list of our injured players, and it was twice as long as theirs. You know. And their argument was, well, you've just signed a whole new squad for the Premier League. And I was like, well, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to just come up with the team that we'll come up with and go down? You know, like we're a proper club. I mean, we mean business.
Hang on. Is that Saudi International saying that they didn't try to buy their bloody champions, their leagues? Because they did it under the fat bloke.
Honestly, if there's one league in the world that would be corrupt, it would be the Saudi League. However, let's have it. It would be.
But I mean, Newcastle go on about, oh, Sunderland spent loads of money on players this summer. Well, yeah, but did you not do the same when you had Curly Perm as manager? Did you not do the same when the fat man was there as a chairman? And you're the richest club in the world. Boo hoo.
What do you think?
They all go, we're the richest club, but we can't spend the money. Oh, what a shame.
Nobody wants to come and play for you.
Do you know, it's mad, isn't it? I mean, oh, wait a minute. I've just got an update there on the video printer. 2 seconds. We have a goal.
Your liver plate is about to be delivered. Is that the update, Cabby?
We'll have a goal in the Premier League. Brentford have took the lead against struggling West Ham.
Wow.
So what I was saying is the fact, and they were talking about on TalkSport again today, is the fact like how many points Burnley were, Sheffield United, Leeds United were ahead of Sunderland in the Championship. You know, and the pundits were writing Sunderland off. Look, we still could go down. I'm talking the league table now. It's like, wow, the way things are. What do you think Sunderland have done right in close season to sort of like put themselves in this position where they are now? Because you would think, obviously, Leeds and Burnley possibly would have been miles ahead with like the recruitment. Is it the fact that we've got that lucrative money winning the playoff final? Do we get more money winning the playoff final than Leeds and Burnley going up?
We do, but there's also the fact that
do you get more money winning the playoff?
You do. That one game is worth about 250 million quid, Kev, to the club.
Yes, but purely from a league position point of view, you can't be paid more by winning the playoffs. However, how it must make up the numbers is you've got two games there. You've got a home game and a away game.
A game
which
at
is
Wembley.
probably is where the revenue comes from.
Yeah, no, most
Maybe.
of the revenue is
yes,
the
a Wembley
fact that
revenue.
do we get the TV money from the Premier League? That's where the bulk of that 250 mil comes from.
Yeah.
But I think the difference between
going up at the playoffs and get promoted automatically.
Yeah, I think the big difference that CABBIE was asking about between ourselves, Burnley and Leeds, is the fact that we were not hampered by PSR. Leeds were, Burnley to an extent were, but we weren't. So we could spend the same again next year and then not spend anything the following season, and we'd still sit within PSR rulings.
Why is that, Rob?
It's because they're only allowed to lose £110 million over 3 years. And parachute money counts for that as well. Whereas Leeds and Burnley both had parachute money from being in the Premiership previously.
Yeah.
We lost ours when we went down to League One. That's when we lost our parachute payments from the Premier League. I think we might have even had it for 1 year while we were in League One.
You get it for 3 years, don't you? You get it for 3 years.
But after that, we didn't have any parachute payments, and we were balancing the books by what we were earning was paying the players' wages, and sponsorship was affected. Yeah,
in
it was a
hindsight,
handicap.
That's the best thing that happened to our club, because we went down and we went down, and we had to adjust our wage structure. We had to adjust the players that were signed. You know, and when Kirill came in and he brought Speakman in, and you know, we're in League One, and you've got to structure your club and your playing staff and your recruitment to League One. We continued I believe, the League One structure in the Championship. You know, like they give themselves 3 years in the Championship get promoted. We did it in 2. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Well, we got the playoffs in the first season in the Championship. We finished 16th in the second, then we won the playoffs in the third season in the Championship.
So they give themselves 5 years to get the Premiership that they're in 4. But their structure was to get young'uns in for less money, progress them. We all know the model that they followed. We all know that.
Yeah.
By the time they got the Premier League, which was a year earlier than what they planned, we had this pot of money all of a sudden to spend.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
and the thing is, though, Kev,
all the fans came.
The money we've spent, even if we have a mega collapse and get relegated this year, every single player we've bought in will make a profit on when we sell them on. Every single one of them.
Yes, and that was the point I was going to get to, in the fact that the club was run properly.
Yes.
So I know, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, I think, on here, the way they bought the players this season, yes, it looks like we've spent nearly £200 million, but in reality, we've spent about 60, 70 million, which is the money that we got coming up. All of the players who've signed are on contracts that if you go down is massively reduced, wages are reduced, but their value will stay the same.
Yeah.
So it's like a win-win situation. All the players that we've signed for 160 million, it's cost us, say, 60 million in actual cash. And all the rest of the deals have been structured to suit the narrative of whatever happens to Sunderland.
Yeah.
Now, Sunderland could go on and finish 7th in the league, which is where I think we'll finish. And it'll cost us a fortune for them players to finish 7th in the league. However, once you finish 7th in the Premier League, the calibre of player that you'll then attract in the next summer window will take us to the next level.
Yeah.
I know that Sunderland's and the squad, the team, the squad, the club, the owner, everyone at the club, their goal this season is to finish in the top 10.
Kev,
Yeah.
you know, you mentioned we possibly finishing 7th and that. What do you think went wrong when we had Peter Reid? We finished 7th twice in the Premier League. How did we not capitalise on that and go from strength to strength? And the fact we went the other way.
We signed Torre Andrea Flo. That's why Cabby.
Yeah, well, I remember us being top or second at Christmas time under Peter Reid.
And
that was the opportunity where we need to invest in the squad to kick us on, and we never did that. We didn't do it. And we ended up finishing 7th that season. It was a little bit like Newcastle, where under Kevin Keegan, they were in that position where there were so many points clear at the top of the league, and they didn't invest, and they got caught.
And guess what? They lost.
Yes.
I'd love it. I'd really love it.
But there was that opportunity, I think, at Christmas time when Peter Reid was manager. We were there. And they had to buy let's say the Isaacs of the modern time, or the top players. And they would have come. I really do believe they would have come, but they just didn't do it. And they just trusted that the team that they had would get them into the top 6 or 7, which is what happened. We finished 7th. We're never going to Europe. That won't happen again. I truly believe that won't happen again. If we get to Christmas, we've got a tough, as we all know, we've got a tough run of fixtures coming up. We've got a tough run of fixtures apart from the 14th of December, where we're guaranteed 3 points. But other than that, we've got a tough run of fixtures.
Yeah.
If we get to Christmas, let's say we play Man City on the 30th of December. Let's say we're still in the top 10. I do believe our club will go out and spend 50, 60 million on new players to come in and keep us in that top 10.
What do you think is the difference? The fact, how we managed to get Granit Xhaka. I mean, you were on about before when the Premier League under Peter Reid, and just couldn't get the calibre of players. What has changed? What's changed? What's making the players the likes of Granit Xhaka want? Because he wanted to come here. Granit Xhaka wanted to come to Sunderland. What is it? Is it the hierarchy? What is it? Do you think that's doing it?
I think it's.
Well, Kirill got him to come, didn't he?
Yeah,
Hey?
I think my view is it's a mixture of the chairman, because he's got lots of contacts. I mean, you think his family own Marseille, Olympic Marseille Football Club?
Yeah.
And his family are worth billions, literally billions of pounds. Regis Labrie is well respected within Europe as somebody who brings on young players. And that's what he did at Lorient, is he bought loads of youth and brought them on into the first team and sold them on at big profits for the club. So you've got a manager that's well respected. You've got a chairman who knows European football inside out. And I think in Xhaka's case, he has come to Sunderland to A, lead the team, B, he wants to get his coaching badges. And I think he will probably end up, after a couple of seasons, maybe 3 seasons down the line, he'll end up as Regis's right-hand man if Regis is still with us. And he'll end up becoming a bloody good coach because of that. And I think that's his plan. The project is to get all his coaching badges and move into coaching for when he retires from playing.
I agree. I don't think Sunderland would be where they are right now if it wasn't for Granit Xhaka. He was the ultimate signing. It was we all spoke about Henderson possibly signing, and everyone was excited about that. He's going to bring experience to the youth team and all the likes of this. Granit Xhaka is 10 times what Henderson is. 10 times.
Would you say he's better than Joe Bellingham?
Yes, definitely.
all of the players who line up and they all do their handshakes and everything like that. Granit Xhaka is at the end of that line, and I don't know if I can swear on YouTube, Cabby, but I nearly did there. But he's at the end of that line, and he's their captain. He's their leader, and they need that in that team.
Yeah.
Luke O'Nien was that last season, and I still believe Luke O'Nien is that this season in the background. It'll be interesting to see when Luke O'Nien and Granit Xhaka play in the same team, which will only come through injury. It'll not come through performance. There's nobody in that defence or midfield that'll underperform enough to let Luke O'Nien come into the side. I love Luke O'Nien. I think he's missed the Sunderland. In the dressing room, in the training ground, he will still be the same Luke O'Nien as what he was for the last few seasons.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be intimidated by Granit Xhaka, and I don't think Granit Xhaka will allow him to dishevel into anything other than what Luke O'Nien is, because it's important you have someone in your team like Luke O'Nien.
He's not played a game yet in the Premier League, Luke O'Nien, hasn't he?
No.
He's not.
He hasn't, but I was watching him warming up today, and I was thinking, how must he feel? And to be honest with you, I believe Luke O'Nien will feel that his only chance will come at the minute through injury. If there's an injury to somebody in the team, not through lack of performance. And he wouldn't want someone to be lacking in performance for him to get his chance.
You know about Granit Xhaka and that, yeah? He seems to have the all-round package, doesn't he? I mean, what he does on the pitch, it's immense. But you think it's just as important to... Cause for years and years, we've not really had a proper leader, have we? Let's face it. I mean...
Lee Cattermole probably is the last person I can think of where they drove the team on, give a big bite in the middle, and captain the side. Lee Cattermole is probably the last one I can think of.
Yeah, he was just a monster, wasn't he?
I just noticed that when Granit Xhaka's first game, I think, was it a night game? Or was it not?
No.
Nah, it must have been the first game of the season, surely.
Yeah, what am I talking about? He slipped straight into the captaincy role, didn't he? And it's like, it's as if he'd been with Sunderland for years. That's the experience. What Granit Xhaka has shown is the fact, like, he just looked as if he's been here, the stadium, he's been with Sunderland for years. Just the way he blended in. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's just
from what I understand, from what I've heard, Granit Xhaka on his first day in the club walked into all of the players and told them he is their captain.
Yeah.
It's vital. It's vital we keep. I mean, do you think we could get another season out of Xhaka?
It wasn't the manager giving Xhaka the captaincy and said, "I am your leader."
Yeah. I mean, you look at Dan Neil being captain, and you look at Xhaka. There's no difference, is there?
Is Jesus. He walked in. He went, "I am your Messiah, and you shall follow me."
Interesting stat I was reading on the BBC earlier. Granit Xhaka, since the start of the last season he was with Arsenal, which I think was 22 to 23,
yes,
has won 77 of the games he's played in. There is only one other player in the world that's done better than that. And they've got 82 wins under the belt in major leagues. And it just shows the sort of player he is. He drives teams on.
Well, a year or two ago, he was 16th best player in the world, according to the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
16th best player in the world. At what will he have been then? 32-year-old?
Yeah.
Like the money we paid for him is silly, really. When you look at all of the money that's paid around the world for players, the players that we have got this season, for the money we have suspend. Xhaka, Mukiele, Alderete. I know he's been banned for the last 3 games, but Ronaldo, you know, the business that we have done this season is unbelievable. You know, like people haven't heard of that. Siddiqui, Diarra, the players that we've signed this season, no one's heard of. However, they've come straight into that team, straight into that league, and they've proved themselves to be quality Premier League players.
Diarra's injured. Who's the other guy that's injured that we're missing massively?
Do you know who I thought we would miss this season through injury? We haven't. I've never even... I know he's injured, but I've never really thought, I wish he would come back. Is Sirkin. Like, I was looking forward to seeing Sirkin in the Premier League this season, and I can honestly see it. He's going to be 3rd or 4th choice in his position. Even Trey Hume on Saturday moving over into his position was far better than what Sirkin could be in his own position.
I do agree. Who have we got decent players that are injured, and who's the player that's on? He's not playing because he's suspended.
Ronaldo suspenders.
Suspended
even.
And Diarra's in. When's anywhere with Diarra's in?
Diarra's due back in December.
Yeah,
but however, he might get fit and then disappear to the African nations.
Yeah,
we probably won't have Diarra till middle of January.
Yeah. Well, they reckon he'll be back playing in December, and he'll want to get a couple of games.
If I was Sunderland and protecting my own club and players, I would be getting him fit and telling him he can't go to the African Cup of Nations. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna lose 7 players. 4 of them 7 are probably is going to come back after the first 2 weeks because they're playing in teams that are not good enough to progress.
Yeah.
Look at it. The club signed all them players knowing what was coming up. But they also would have looked at the fixture list, because when you look at the players we signed, apart from Diarra at the start and stuff like that, but the club will have looked at the fixture list in December. Don't forget, it's not all of December and all of January, which is what all these black and whites portray. What we actually have is the middle of December to the middle of January. And we have got some tough fixtures in there. Maybe the club have said, look, let's kind of write them games off. We've got these players permanently. They're not on loan. But it's a few games out of a season. That's it. And the next one's not 2 years' time. So I think we'll be all right. I also trust in Dan Neil, like my father used to. I thought Dan Neil might have started on the weekend there. I really did. And I was hoping he would do well. But I do honestly think we've got enough in the squad to cope with them going, hold our own. Let's not be, we're going to get beat over the Christmas. So long as we don't get beat up the Mags in December, we've got Man City to play twice. We've got Liverpool, all these top teams. If we beat a couple of them, the confidence in that team will thrive. I'm telling you now.
The thing is, it's like every team has to go through that at some point. Every team has to go through. I mean, yes, it may to us may seem like we're playing them all together, but it balances out eventually. Every team has to play them teams at some point.
Yeah.
But where Sunderland, I think, are doing the business as well, is the fact like they've already got 4 points on the road, which is, if you can get a point in the Premier League, it's a massive bonus. To get a win away in the Premier League is absolutely, it's colossal. And we've beat West Ham, that's in the bottom 3. We've beat Forest, we've beat Wolves. There could be potential 6-pointers, Kev, Rob.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At this early in the season. So we're already doing the correct thing there by pulling away. I think I was just doing the maths there. I think are we 9 points clear of Nottingham Forest already? I mean, that's ridiculous.
It
But
is,
you
you
can
know.
only beat the people that you play. You
Of
can
course
only
you
beat
can.
the people you're in front of.
That's it.
You know, it's not our fault that we've only played these certain teams. But we've drew against Palace away, we've been Brentford. You know, like, we've got some good results. Yes, our first proper test was Man United, and we got it wrong from the start.
Yeah.
But what I liked about that game was, yes, we got beat. Yes, we got it wrong from the start. But after 30 minutes, the manager changed it, and it changed the game, and we showed that we can compete with Man United. You know, we were 2 goals down, but we competed after that. You know, he'll not make that mistake again. When we play Chelsea on Saturday, he will not do the same mistake that he did against Man United, for argument's sake. So, look, everyone's got to play each other twice throughout the season. I don't care how many people say we've had an easy start, you've still got to win the games that's in front of you. You know, like, there's no easy games. I actually look forward to playing Chelsea on Saturday. I look forward to playing Arsenal at home because I'm inspired. I'm inspired by the fact that I believe we can win these games.
Yeah.
If I was a Newcastle fan right now, I would be terrified, no matter who I'm playing. I'm playing Benfica tomorrow. I'm shitting myself. We're going to get beat tomorrow. Then going into the Premier League game at the weekend, the heads are down, squad's shit, they're tired. We don't have that.
Yeah.
No, that's a massive point. The Champions League, without a doubt, drains a team in the Premier League. Without a shadow of a doubt, it does.
I hope we go out of every cup competition, everything. All we need to concentrate on is the league this season, and that's it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's sad to say, but the only way you can really take the FA Cup and the League Cup seriously is if you're a cartel club. If you sign, seen, delivered one of the cartel club in the top 5, top 6, and there's no cat and else chance if you're getting relegated ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Man U's aren't, Spurs aren't, Arsenal aren't, Liverpool aren't, and the Man City's aren't. That's the only way you can really comfortably take the FA Cup seriously, because you've got enough in 3 squads. Do you know what I mean? But at the minute, we haven't. And we could go out hell for leather in the FA Cup, play our first team squad, get 2 or 3 injuries, and we're totally screwed. We can't afford, as sad as it is, but you cannot afford to do that.
No.
I hope we go out of the first round of the FA Cup. Out of all of the cups, out of all of the distractions, concentrate on the league, get in that top 10. Next season, sign some 4 or 5 decent players to add to the squad. You know, the top clubs in the Premier League add 4 or 5 players each season. We've had to add 14 to get to the top 10. So be it. But next season, we're 4 or 5 years ahead of most clubs, because then we'll just be adding them 2, 3, 4 players to keep us in that top 10. And we'll, you know, our ambition as a club this season is to finish top 10.
Andrew Moose just says Kev's on fire. Andrew Moose just says Kev's on fire tonight, and I've just put underneath, yeah, he's just like his father.
he's been knocking on the raw meat.
I was dying to come on tonight, and my battery wasn't working, my charger wasn't working.
He's the spitting image of Big. He's a spitting image of Big Davey, isn't he?
He is.
He's his personality. He's vital on the channel, Kev. Like he is. He's just. It's just like having Big Davey all over again. And I've got Big Davey. He always sits. I've always got his picture every live show. I do everything. He's always there. He's always there.
I've seen that, by the way, on your little picture on YouTube there. I've seen my dad's little face there.
Yeah.
Aye, man. My dad said we would finish 7th this season. He could speak very few words, by the way, when the season started, but he did say we would finish 7th.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
I truly believe we will finish 7th.
Yeah. Yeah. Just going back into the chat, somebody asked about what happened in 2000 when the wheels came off after we were sitting second at Christmas. I think the reason we didn't strengthen, and it was Bob Murray who was the chairman at the time, the reason we didn't strengthen the squad was they didn't have the money, because they knew they were going to have to build a new ground.
Yeah, they couldn't afford it. That was it.
Yeah, they couldn't afford it was either cut the capacity at Roker Park down to under 20,000 or move to a new ground, but they needed the money to be able to do that, which meant they couldn't spend on the team. And instead they brought in Torre Andre Flo, who couldn't hit a barn door from 10 feet, let alone 10 yards.
Plus, they had Phillips and Quinn at the time. So when you have Phillips and Quinn, why would you think you need to invest? Phillips had just won the Golden Boot. You know, like Quinn is the best example of fucking Peter Crouch you can come across. Yeah. Way better than Walter Messi or whatever they call him over the river.
Voldemort.
Yes, Voldemort. What a Messi. I call him What a Messi.
Yeah.
He is a mess. With his gangly legs. The goal the other day, all my mates are like, oh, what a goal he's just scored. I went, what do you mean goal he's just scored? He couldn't get his gangly legs out the way. That's the only way he scored that.
Hey, Kev, Malta's just put a good thing up here. By the way, he says every podcast and radio show is using the "Let's Get Carried Away" slogan, and I've noticed that. And I'm gonna get to know how I can make this into a podcast and upload it onto podcast sites as well as an audio format. Malta, I think he said he's going to show us the ropes or something, but like Spotify or something, I don't know. But you can have like a proper podcast site, so you can just convert this into audio. But yeah, I noticed. Connor Bromley, he's going to come on a week on Friday. I was talking to him today, and I noticed on his header was "Let's Get Carried Away," man, and it's like it's spreading, man.
It is. I've noticed a lot on a lot of the sites, a lot of my little groups that I'm in with friends. As soon as something good happens, let's get carried away. And look, I hope forever it continues. I have this vision. I really do have this vision of the Tifos at the Stadium of Light come the end of the season. I have this vision of this "Let's Get Carried Away" Tifo at the Stadium of Light. Yeah. I really do.
Can you imagine it's a big picture of Davey as well as it gets lifted?
Yeah, honestly, I really do have that vision. I'll manifest it. I will manifest it. But I think that the fans buy into the sentiment of it. And how, like, regardless of what my dad said, regardless of that he said that, every single Sunderland fan right now is thinking they're in their brain in any way. Regardless of that one person said it, they all think that same thing. How? Am I getting carried away here? Yes, you are. You are getting carried away. And why not?
Yeah, totally agree, Kev. Totally agree. Can I just clarify something, Cabby? Somebody mentioned it earlier on about the Monday night game that we've got. Is that our next game, is it?
I'll be doing it on Tuesday.
You'll be doing this show on the Tuesday, but we will be doing the live watch along.
The live watch along will be starting I'll be starting the live watch along 7 o'clock. I always put like an hour before the kick off, like the build up and whatnot. But I'll just do the Premier League show on the Tuesday because we'll probably have plenty to talk about.
When is that? Is that the Chelsea games?
No,
that's
the Everton game the week after.
All right, okay. All right, well, I'll for the first time ever, I'll join you on the watch along.
You're more than welcome, Kev. And if you can't do it, mate, then it's stress it. Like I said, then it's stress it.
Are you allowed to swear?
No.
Okay.
Well,
I'll put a delay on this stream.
You can in my words, but YouTube doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But I've just got a habit of when Sunderland score, which I know we will against Everton. I've got a habit of saying, "Get there."
Yeah, it's so easy to do.
You just need a bleeper, Cabby. That's what you need, mate. A bleeper.
We'll get me Nana on. Beep 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 beep. beep.
No chance. I'll get shut down, man. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna bloody say now, man. Oh my god. What was I gonna say? Oh, does that ever happen to you when you're about to say something and you forget what you're gonna say?
All the time, mate. It's It's called presenile dementia, mate.
Oh
That's
no,
what it
yeah,
is.
no, it is. What I was going to say was like, how did your dad react again when we scored that last minute goal, Dan Ballard at Coventry, the stadium? Like, because you watched it at your Mars, didn't you?
I did. I watched it with me dad at home with me dad. Now, for me, like you've got to imagine there's two aspects of the game going on. Me dad's watching it as me dad, and we never ever tell me dad that there was a chance that he would not get better. So you imagine that, like, I can say this now because my dad unfortunately isn't here, but me and my sister always went into appointments at the hospital and kept my mum out of it, my dad out of it, and we were always told my dad had 6 weeks left to live, 12 weeks left to live, and for me as a Sunderland fan and me and my dad being like this over Sunderland, I used to look at the fixtures and I used to look and go, oh, I hope we can make it to that fixture. I hope we can make it to this. Like, my time scale with my dad was made up of Sunderland's fixtures, if that makes sense to you, so when we got to the playoffs, and yous all knew that my dad came on the show before them 5 games that we got beat, and he told yous, look, if we get beat in 5 games, it doesn't matter. We'll win the playoffs and we'll get promoted. So I was at my dad's in that playoff. When Dan Ballard scored that goal, my dad celebrated, but I cried my eyes out. I cried my eyes out because my dream was to get my dad to Wembley for one last time. Selfishly for me, for me as his son, I'd always been to Wembley with my dad many, many times beforehand. From being a tiny little kid, my dad always took me to Wembley if Sunderland got to Wembley. Always, no matter what. It was always a family day out. My mum went, my sister went, I went, my nana, everyone went to Wembley at every opportunity. So when that semi-final came and Ballard scored that goal, my dad celebrated, but I knew what it meant. I knew it was my that game was my Wembley final.
Yeah.
So if Sunderland never got to Wembley, I knew what my story would be. My dad would not see Sunderland get the Premier League. And when he scored that goal, oh my God, like I collapsed to the floor. And my dad's just celebrating, like this, like normally celebrating. And I'm hugging my dad and he's kind of going, yeah, daft shit. crying. And I couldn't tell him why I was crying, but I was. And then we got to Wembley, and obviously everyone, if you've watched the video of me and my dad going to Wembley, it was a difficult time. It was the most special thing I've ever experienced in my life. But at the same time, I wish I could have, looking back now, I wish I could have told me dad that it was the last time. Because maybe, I don't know, look at maybe that's me being selfish in the way that I wish my dad experienced it how I did. I knew it was the last time that I would experience Wembley with my dad. But he enjoyed Wembley naturally. Let's look at it that way. He enjoyed Wembley naturally. But he didn't know that time. And I think when you watch the video, you can see that he just genuinely was overwhelmed that Sunderland made it back to the Premier League.
Kev, you only see those endings, mate, on movies. It doesn't happen in real life, and this time it did.
Yeah,
it did. That's what I likened it to. It was my own movie of me and my dad going through a 2-month period of the greatest story ever told in my life, for my life. Obviously, everyone has their own thing. Everyone, unfortunately, most people's dad dies, granddads die, But for me, that was all I wanted. As soon as I knew my dad was ill in the April, all I wanted was to get promoted, first of all. And when we realised it wasn't going to be automatically, it was to get into the playoffs. And then when we got in the playoffs, it was just to get to Wembley. And then when we got to Wembley, it was just to win. So for me, I had like 4 or 5 massive life experiences for me that'll last for me for all of my life. I'm 42-year-old now. It meant everything to me, that Coventry semi-final. That goal in the last second. Oh my God. That was the goal in the semi-final was bigger to me than the Wembley experience, because all I wanted to do was go to Wembley with my dad. Whether we won or lost, I didn't really care. I just wanted to get to Wembley, and we did it. So the semi-final to me was more important than the final, but we did the final anyway. And when my dad was getting interviewed off Nick Barnes in the hospitality suite, and my dad went, "We're just going to do it because we're the best team. We're just going to do it." And I believed my dad, and we did it. So...
Yeah.
Was your dad full aware? I mean, he was, wasn't he? He had all his faculties. I mean, obviously his walking and his speech was like a bit jittery, but he was fully aware, wasn't he, what was going on?
Yes, right up until like all of the time that he couldn't speak properly, he couldn't walk properly, he was fully aware of what we were saying to him, asking him. He just couldn't reply to us as he wanted, which was frustrating for him. So right up until the Wednesday, he had his fall, and the Sunday he died. So, the Wednesday, the Sunday, I would say it was the only point where, in fact, I'm lying, because on the Saturday before he died on the Sunday, I put the match on. I put the match on against us, and he knew that the Sunderland match was on, and he was trying to get up out of his deathbed, ultimately.
Was that the Villa game, Kev?
It was the... so that'll have been the 13th of September. So
Villa?
I think I might have been the Villa game we went to as a family.
Oh,
so
you did.
Was it Brentford, maybe?
Brentford, yeah.
Palace. Yeah. Someone tells me it was Palace away. Was it?
Yes, Palace away. It was Palace away. Yes, it was. It was Palace away. And on the Friday night, I put the Talk Sport radio on for him, and he was responding to that. He was responding, hearing the lads on the radio. And on the Saturday, I'll put the match on, and I put my phone on his pillow next to him, and he went from being sedated and totally sort of, motionless, to as soon as I put that match on next to his ear, he just all of a sudden went to try and get out of his bed. He's on his deathbed, and he wanted to get up and he wanted to watch the match. He was dedicated to watching the match. He didn't like listening to it. He wanted to watch it. And I had to turn it off. I had to turn the match off because it was so distressing watching him trying to get up. So I had to turn it off for the first half. He got more sedated by the nurses. And then we put the match back on. And for the second half, he lay there and he listened to the match. But every time there was a chance, every time there was a Sunderland chance, or even a Crystal Palace chance, he would react. And I knew he knew what was going on. He knew what was going on right till the very, very, very end. Up till he gave me another shock on the last breath.
Yes. Yeah, and that's absolutely crackers. It's very powerful, isn't it? I mean, it just goes to show you how much Sunderland meant to him, as it does to us all.
Yeah, bleed red and white.
Sophie Aki's just come in the chat, says, I believe he was fully aware, even though he didn't seem it until his last breath, of scaring Gladdy. That's just what
Yeah.
Eve says, Kev.
Because obviously Sophie is my daughter.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, I'm going to tell the story now and anyways. So I didn't think I would tell the story on this because it was quite a private family thing. But I'm going to tell it in anyways because it shows what kind of a person my dad was, what kind of a family we are. But the way I started off is when my dad took his last breath, the whole of the family surrounded his bed. And we all were laughing our heads off, which sounds awful. However, the context of the story is my nana, my dad's mum, is 92-year-old. And the day before my dad passed, bear in mind we were keeping a vigil around my dad's bed for about 4 or 5 days. So we all kind of taking turns sleeping. People were sleeping on the sofa, the floor in the hall. There was loads of us there for my dad. And we all kind of take turns to sleep. And me, my mum and my nana were sitting in the lounge. And we said to me nana, will you want to go and see me dad in the chapel of rest? And she went, no. And we went, well, why? He's going to look a lot better than what he does right now, in his bed and struggling. And she went, well, I'm scared. And we went, well, what are you scared of? She went, well, I'm just scared that they're going to jump out and go, rah! And we were like, give our gladdy, they're not going to do that. They've passed and they look peaceful and, she went, no, I can't. We went, okay, no bother. So that was the Saturday. And then, as we know now, or some people know, on the Sunday morning, at like sort of, let's say, 10 to 6 in the morning on Sunday, my sister, who was still up, came in and kind of shouted us all up. And, my dad's about to take his last breaths. And my sister was, I must say this, my sister was magnificent throughout the whole of my dad's care. She's a nurse. She knows what she's doing.
It's exhausted, wasn't you, Kev?
Yes. As a daughter, she was the perfect daughter for my dad. So proud of her. So proud of her. She was perfect. Like looking after I couldn't have wished for anyone in the world to look after my dad at the end than my sister. But she come and got us. And my nana, obviously 92 in bed. I ran and got my nana. Like me and my nana were like that, I'm classed as her son. I'm a grandson, but I'm classed as her son because I'm the only grandson. So I went and grabbed my nana. And she got him out of bed. And obviously we went into the bedroom and my nana forgot to take her false teeth out for a start when she went to sleep. So when she went into the room with me dad, she was choking on her false teeth. So we were all kind of having a little laugh at that. And then my mum was obviously saying goodbye to my dad. And then my nana obviously took my mum's place and she said goodbye to her son. However, when my nana was saying goodbye to my dad decided to go like this, which then caused me nana, which CABBIE I'm going to swear now because it's the truth. My nana then said, "You fucking bastard!"
Did she honestly shout that?
She honestly shouted like, "You fucking bastard!" She got a shock, which then set all of the family off laughing. And then, unfortunately, my dad took his one last breath after that, and then that was it. So my dad's last breath was to affirm to me nana that he knew that she was there.
Do you think he knew what he was? He knew what he was doing, didn't he?
Yeah.
And that's who my dad was.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant, Kev. Absolutely brilliant.
That's nuts, man, isn't it? I mean,
It is.
I've heard it a few times, but I mean, every time he tells us, it's like I've never heard it before. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
You know, it's coming up sort of 5. Well, it is 5 weeks now. And do you know, match days are really hard for me. Like the first match day without my dad was the Forest win. And it's a strange feeling that, you know, Sunderland win and I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon, Sunderland win, because I believe in what my dad said. We'll finish 7th. I totally believe that we will. But when we win, I can't speak to him about it. And when we lose, I can't speak to him about that either. You know? So match days are hard for me. And I know that in time, you know, before the end of the season, the match days will be amazing for me because I do believe now my dad's guiding the team for a 7th place finish. I'm going to say it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
However, on a match day, it's hard because I've always watched the match or listened to the match and then rang me dad and talked about the match. And so the hard for me a match day now. As you know, my dad's a big character and he had a lot to say, and so it's hard for me on a match day.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Kev? Right, Gemma messaged me straight after the 2-0 game against Wolves, and our words were, "Let's get carried away, man." That's what she said after the full time whistle, and then Gemma says to me, she says, "I've just realised now." She says, "Ever since my dad's now gone," she says, "before I wasn't really asked about the football." He says, "But now," she says, "I can't ignore it now when Sunderland are playing." It's like he's infected her with something when he's gone. That's what, you know what I mean. It's like
football. She hates football,
but now she can't help but keep a lookout.
Yeah, because she knows that Sunderland doing well means something now, which is great, and we fully will and I don't mean to sort of bring this out as in a money-making thing, but we do want to bring out some merchandise of Let's Get Carried Away, hoodies, T-shirts, scarves, hats, just to keep my dad sort of seeing going. Yeah. But however, we don't really need to do that because like what you've just said before, Cabbie, there, every group, every Sunderland page, they're all seeing it in anyways. Which is all that matters to us.
Well, on my MACKEM CABBIE page, I've got "Let's Get Carried Away" written right across the top.
There'll be a people at the end of the season, I'm telling you now, that will say, "Let's get carried away, man." I'm telling you.
Didn't he? The way that came about, I'm sure it was the conversation with Gary Bennett.
It was last season when we're 10 games in and we're top of the league.
Aye.
And Gary Bennett was kind of dismissive about the fact that we shouldn't get carried away, that we're top of the league after 10 games. And my dad was like, "What are you on about? Let's get carried away, man. If you can't get carried away now, when can you get carried away?"
He says, "If you can't get carried away at times like this," he says, in a way he was having a go at Benno, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's true. You know, we're sitting 7th in the league now. But if we're sitting 19th, we'd all be depressed. We'd all be thinking we're going to go down. The fact we're in 7th now, let the mentality be, let's get carried away. Because if the mentality is, "Oh my God, well, we'll not be there at the end of the season. Oh my God, we'll be struggling come this time in May." Bollocks that. You're there now, keep the momentum going, keep the belief going, and get it done.
Let's get carried away. Enjoy the moment. We deserve to enjoy the moment. You can't say it any better.
We really do deserve it. Yeah. And the fans, you know, I said at the start of the season, the fans are going to play a massive part in this. And so far, so good. The fans have been fantastic. Every home game and every away game is a given. Away game is a given with the fans.
Do you know what?
Home game have been fantastic as well.
Do you know what, Kev? Right, when I was this Keel crossing carry on, right? I was thinking, oh, it's a bridge, blah 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 blah. But when it showed you the drone footage of the crowd moving across, and there's an angle showing you it from like the stadium to the city centre walking across, I was just thinking, my God, we've got our own Wembley Way. I thought this just looks absolutely fantastic. We've got this highway straight pointing to the stadium, and like I thought, that looks impressive. How? It's just a bridge. It's just the way it's laid out, and it's just like we've got our own Wembley Way, and I thought like this really does look good. It looks class, man. Honest to God.
We do, and I might disappear around in a minute because I've got 1% battery. It lasted longer than what I thought, by the way.
Alice Cooker says, I thought this show was forever going to be called Let's Get Carried Away show. That was just a one-off. Because we did a show just a special one for Big Davey. It was a tribute show for Big Davey, but I'm going to have the saying on this show every day. It's on my MACKEM CABBIE page on Facebook. It's got Let's Get Carried Away right across the top. But it's I believe Kev, what Kev says right. It's sometimes you don't need to do anything. It'll just happen. It'll just grow on its own. And as far as I'm concerned, the seed's already been planted.
Yep.
And it's a case of just watching it now grow. I mean, yes, it needs a little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of helping along to get the seed growing even more. But it will.
Friends in Edinburgh. I had friends in Edinburgh at the weekend there, and obviously some were at home. They weren't at the match. The season ticket holders. However, when they were in Edinburgh, they heard people in the distance shouting, "Let's get carried away, man!" Other Sunderland fans in Edinburgh, not associated with them, could hear me dad saying, and there were messages going, "Listen this, listen this." That's mental to me.
Brilliant.
That's crazy. My dad will be absolutely loving it up there. He loved the attention, my dad. My dad loved attention.
Yeah. And he's the complete opposite to your Barry. Barry's more reserved, isn't he? It's like trying to get.
Barry's a storyteller.
Aye.
Whereas my dad was a story giver.
Yeah.
Aye. I mean, trying to get Barry to come on here, be like pulling teeth. But Dave was the opposite. He couldn't wait to jump the chance.
Oh, we'll get Barry on. Don't you worry. We'll get Barry on, and I'm going to get Ian Smith on as well. So if Ian Smith's watching now, which I told him tonight, Ian Smith is the person who took me dad to the stadium a year ago. Through listening to on Talk Sport, he took him, got him in his box and looked after him for a day. And he also did the same thing for me, my mum, and my sister at the Aston Villa game.
Kev's battery's just died, I think.
And he's going to come on the show.
Fantastic, Kev. Look, we'll leave the show if you're because I mean it's been a cracking show tonight.
Yeah. Just before you disappear, Cabbie, he's come back again.
He's the bounty.
He's the cloud.
He's the bounty hunter.
It's a cloud with legs, Kev.
Oh my God! Look at the state of that man.
Yes, it's lovely, mate. It's lovely.
Oh dear me.
Is it called Phileas? Is it called Phileas?
No. He's named after a chocolate bar with coconut in the middle, Kev.
Well, you bounty man?
Yeah, that's him. That goes with the two previous ones, which were Rolo and Buttons.
Ian Brown just says, "What the F is that?"
That's my co-host.
David Graham says the show's been overrun by 40 minutes. Hey, it's going to get to a stage where I'm not going to put a time limit on it. If the banter's good, I'm just going to let it crack on, and it's as simple as that. That's how the show's going to work.
I did this last week as well, Cabbie. It went on for an hour and a half as well. So.
Aye, it did. Somebody, Peter Harvey says Sunderland AFC fans are the most passionate fans in the world. Yeah. I just mentioned quickly before as well. Did you hear the bad news about Stuart Pearce? He lost his son. That's horrific.
Sad.
Yeah, that's horrific.
21-year-old.
Apparently happened on Thursday last week, but it's just been announced. I heard it on Talk Sport today. So our thoughts go out to Stuart Pearce's family and stuff. When I first heard it, I thought it was Stuart Pearce that had passed away, because I just heard Stuart Pearce and our thoughts are with. I thought, no way,
Yeah.
But that's
Very sad.
That's awful news.
It was like.
Yeah, Sean says, thank you for all your time, lads. Sorry I ain't been around for a while. There's no obligation to tune in every week. You just can when you can. You can't when you can't. And I'll say hello to Gladys and Jan, because apparently they watch all the time. And if they're not watching now, they'll be able to catch up. So hope you lasses are all right. I'll have to try and find her on Facebook, Kev, like I say, because I keep missing on all the links that keeps getting posted up, and I cannot see them. Oh, he's away. His
battery's gone.
But he's lasted well. So we'll say good night. It's been a cracking show, and
That's been a good laugh.
It has been a good laugh, and we'll stay tuned for more videos through the week, and we'll see you for the next watch along with Rob and his dog and myself if we play Chelsea.
Yep.
So we'll catch you later. Good night, all.
Super job. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks very much for all your support.